Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to another Warframe Revisited video here on the channel. Now, today is video number 17, so if you haven't seen the other 16 in the series, obviously, spoilers lie ahead. Please make sure you go check out the other ones first in the playlist. But, number 17, we are going to do one of my favourite quests in the whole game. And this quest is the last really big, long one before the new war. So if we scroll all the way down, all the way a little bit further. In the last video we did the Apostasy Prologue, where the Lotus is sort of up to the left us with Ballas. But now we have the Sacrifice. A tortured vision sends the operator on the hunt for a Warframe unlike any other. So, if I click Replay Quest... The first thing we've got to do is go downstairs to examine Lotus's helmet, which, as you guys probably remember, is in our sleeping quarters. Well, personal quarters, should I say. I love this quest and I love the music for it. I really do love this quest. And as you can see, Ballas is working with the Sentients here.
But you cannot defy your creator. Even I make mistakes, like you.
So as we saw there as well, Ballas is working with the Sentients now.
Operator, are you alright? Your delta wave spiked for a moment. Ever since she
abandoned you.
was taken, Otis knows just what you need. A comforting memory from my data storm.
Otis, don't.
Forgive me. This is who you really are, a Tenno. More than human, but once a child like any other. What do you
That's
remember?
enough, Otis.
I don't think... Oh, what's this? Marking on navigation. How did you know? Oh, Otis, this is the operator.
See, Otis is just going through memories.
Scan for sentient energy on Earth. Recent activity.
So, the Sacrifice. We have to go to Earth to scan for the sentient energy. So if we go do that now. And let's get straight into it. I absolutely do love this quest, but the music for it is amazing. But as we saw as well, Umbra there, the Warframe, he is somewhat anti-sentient, which is quite useful for obviously heading in towards the new war.
I am not sensing any sentience, but there is something. Oh no, ghouls. Something must have disturbed their incubation sacs. A disgusting life cycle.
So as many of you may know, the ghouls are brought onto the plains by Vahek.
would be happy to hear how depressed you are.
Oh my god, Ordis. That's not useful. Ordis would be happy to hear how depressed you are. That is just not useful, is it, Ordis? Sorry, mate. So here we have a special, what looks like an Orokin door. Once we open up the vines, we've just got to defend the door whilst it opens. But, this will lead us into a very special area, yeah. I remember the first time I did this quest, which obviously you can see my previous playthroughs in the Warframe Update 29 playlist, because I played them all the way back then. We're now looking at nearly Update 31, but if you go back and watch like the old time I did this, I actually struggled with this at first because the weapon and Warframe that I had just weren't good enough. So yeah, if you're doing this quest for the first time in preparation for the new war in 2 weeks today, make sure that you've got a strong frame and a strong weapon ready for the quest, because the sacrifice itself, it's quite a difficult quest actually. So if we now go through this special door, it's going to take us to somewhere which is one of my favourite Captura scenes as well. This place is just called Umbra's Courtyard. So if we come through here, so as you see, that's the sword that Umbra was carrying. Now the sword is called the Skitjati. So you actually, after this quest, you will get that sword in your arsenal. One of my favourite melee weapons, actually, that is. And I have a very nice Riven mod for it as well. We have to scan around for the other parts.
To be of Warframe composition. I am not familiar with this design.
So if we keep scanning around, we might be able to see flashing.
Another scan, I may be able to synthesize a partial schematic of the victim. I know what you're going through with the Lotus. I mean, remember how you abandoned me? But look at how happy I am
The last part, there it is on the floor.
We'll find her. Processing. I have extraction ready. I think you should hurry. I may have underestimated ghoul intelligence. Expect resistance toward the extraction zone.
So we've got to be very careful as we head towards the extraction point itself, because the ghouls might be lying in wait. But if we speed run, hopefully they shouldn't harm us. So if we go out here, Okay. So that's the first part done.
Uncertain if any Tenno has linked with this design. The transference bolt seems different, but we cannot build this without more data.
What about Lua? You said there were traces on the weapon.
Okay, so normally we'd check our foundry, but obviously because I've already built Excalibur Umbra, it won't allow me to. So, yeah, from this quest you actually do get Excalibur Umbra, you get to build him, and you also do get the Skijati sword as well. So now, without further ado, sacrifice, explore Lua. So let's go do this. This one's quite a tough quest actually, so... This one is the one where you need to be very, very careful whatever you do. Make sure you've got a strong weapon and a strong warframe for this one, because all in all, you're going to be fighting a lot of enemies in this mission.
Are you sure we want to build this warframe? It could be dangerous.
What I saw, what the Lotus showed me. This Warframe knew Ballas. It tried to attack him.
What? The warframes are transference controlled. Battle envoys for the operator to command. I don't understand.
It's because
This one is
Umbra,
different.
he is different. He is actually a sentient warframe. I mean, not sentient as in the sentients, but he has his own sentience. He has the capability to act on his own or without an operator and without transference. As we go through. If we just take out these shock plates first, so these death orbs can't kill us. Take out all these laser plates because that's a lot of lasers. As you can see, the actual runes themselves are locked off, and we have a panel to hack.
An Orokin Cipher. Impossible to bypass. They use mnemonic code glyphs drawn directly from your memory.
So,
Perhaps search the area?
if you look on the walls,
Curious. These markings
there are
seem fresh.
the actual symbol pairs that we can use to unlock the Orokin Cipher.
Another. Is that
So when we go do the hack, it'll show us the pairs above the hack, and we've just got to position the wheels so that they line up with the pairs. Now, as you can see, in the pairs themselves there is a matching symbol. That symbol must be in between the two. So if we link them up like that, you should be able to complete the cipher by matching the pairs and linking them up to each other like this. Once you've done that, you then gain access to the next part of the ruins.
Mortis, what are these? Some new sentient design?
An old design. Mimics. Sentient mimics. These haven't been seen since the old war.
So this is what I'm saying about this is why it can be difficult on this.
Mimics get to the origin system. Operator, be vigilant when approaching things.
So mimics literally can disguise themselves as absolutely anything. You want to make sure you've got something that can shred them quite quickly as well, because they are quite tanky. And they do a fair amount of damage as well. And just to clarify before I get asked the question that I got last time, yes, the Lotus or Natar is actually a sentient mimic as well. So, yeah, if you think of Natar, she is one of the mimics, but she's much bigger, much stronger, much more powerful, much more important as well. Now, if you look as well, I'm going to scope in on this, but you can see like things ripple. If it ripples, it's a mimic. So just be advised, be careful, whatever you do. Honestly, they're not too bad to take out as long as you've got damage capability. Whoa. Whoa, we're under attack. So now we have another Oracle Cipher, but this one has 5 symbols, so we're going to find 4 symbol pairs and then try to match them all up carefully. We have our first Oracle symbol pair. We don't actually need to memorise it, as I say, because it will show you on the screen. Thankfully. I don't quite get the whole point of doing that, but it's intriguing to do. However, we also are getting a lot more mimics now. So. Scan a couple lunar pictures whilst we're here as well. Merely because we can use those in apothecs for the Silver Grove. Oh, there's the pair. As you can see, now that we've got more mimics, they do start just completely obliterating you if you're not careful. Thankfully, I'm using a frame like Nidus, whose health regenerates quite quickly over time. But I mean, yeah, if you've got Nidus or Nidus Prime, I would recommend using him for this quest. Either that or Inaros as well. Inaros and then Inaros Prime. They also go pretty well for this quest. always got to keep vigilant for mimics. They quite literally could be anywhere. As you can see here, there's two of them right next to each other as well. They really do have strength in numbers, so try to make sure you take them out the moment you find them, because otherwise they will build up about 12 of them in an army and you will be obliterated. Now also bear in mind there is a chance that mimics could be returning in a new war, so be advised that whatever weapons you use for the sacrifice could be a decent choice for the new war, but bear in mind with the new war as well, you're going to have some new weapons that you wouldn't have had available for the sacrifice, because you get certain weapons from quests after this one. So, that in mind. Just keep that in your thoughts. But we have another symbol pair to find near here. There it is on the wall. And 3 mimics spawn there. There's nothing we can't handle. And we've got a 4th symbol pair just up here.
That should be the last one. Now, to figure out the correct ordering.
I can't quite see one of them because it's sort of hidden by the lighting. I think I know what the last symbol is, so I think if we work backwards from there, we might be able to link it up that way. Go backwards, as you can see we've got 3 correct, now I've got 4 correct, and then the last one will just link up like that. There we go, that works well. And now we gain access to somewhere that is supposedly quite dangerous.
Was this a containment cell for something?
Umbra. Cave-ins must have compromised the enclosure.
Likely. There are still strong aftershocks from when you put Lua out of the void.
So if we go around ready to scan, we might find something. I can't scan this device, but there's definitely a device there. I remember, so this is the Orokin Vitruvian, so it's almost like a external hard drive of sorts. So if we open up the first log in a second, so look, there's quite a lot of logs there, but if we open up the first one, enemy.
It is with the greatest of risk that I commit this recording. The codices within reveal the hidden weakness of your most feared enemy. My creations. My frames of war.
So that music that you hear there as well is the quest, well, the music known as Old Friend. If we click continue from here.
A Vitruvian. This is rare Orcan technology. Incredible it survived this long. You should destroy it immediately.
What? No! We need to get inside. But it's locked to a new set of codes. I'm bringing it back for analysis.
I was afraid you'd say that.
So now we're going to make our way out of the lab and off of Lua. Past a bunch of sentients, such as Conquilists, Ballas, and obviously the new ones, the Mimics. As long as we're sensible, we should make it out alive. So if we then extract
Operator, I'd rather not connect that Vitruvian to my systems. It could affect my systems in unforeseen ways.
This may have belonged to Ballas. He's our only way to the Lotus. Please, Ortis.
So this is where we install the Vitruvian. You had to say please, didn't you? So if we install the Vitruvian really quickly.
Ortis, you need to learn how to stand up for yourself. To say no and mean it, even if it is the operator.
That probably wasn't good.
blueprint now has the required data. Check Foundry.
So, Orders' precepts to care and show emotion have basically been disabled temporarily. Now, normally at this point you go to the Foundry and you build Umbra, which requires an Orokin Sail, 60 Kuva, 1200 nanospores, 1600 alloy plates, and it'll only take 10 seconds. However, because I've already built him, it's going to make me go to the Foundry to equip him. And before I do, I'm going to equip his sword, my Skiajati. Now, my Skiajati is probably going to be more powerful than some of yours, for the simple reason that, well, mine has a very powerful rhythm mod on it. But, other than that, it is a very, very powerful melee weapon. So, if we scroll up on our Warframe list, we need to equip Excalibur Umbra. But Umbra manages to reject our transference. You can see he's got that damaged face as well, but you can heal that over quite well. And now we try once again to use transference on him, and we access a memory.
Good morning, old friend. I'm afraid the disease has taken your voice, but we've prepared the finest serums to treat you. Shall we pass the time with a game of Comey, like old times?
Very, very dark scenes these are.
Remember this game, don't you? Think you'll move in the board senses. Oh, this. I've had them fit you with a transference bolt in honor of our history together. And look who hasn't left your side since you took ill. Look at him, old man. Look at your son.
So this here is he's fitting with the transference bolt, which they're the things that we use to perform transference on Warframes. But he's done that so Ballas can talk to him in his mind.
Do it. Can you hear me? Father? It's me, Isa. Do you remember me? Of course he remembers you, young Dax. Which will make this reunion all the more tragic when you watch him die. Ordis? What happened?
The Warframe I want you not to build, that you built anyway, caused a massive transference overload and damaged my precepts. It has escaped out into the system.
When I linked to it, there was something there. A memory.
Warframes are transference proxies for the Star Child. They do not have memories.
Well, this one does. Might be why it's unstable. Ordis, let me look at the Vitruvian.
So, as you saw when we looked at the sun, when we looked at Isa, we got a new symbol, which is another entry into the Vitruvian, which we can now look at, which is called blasphemy.
What led us here? You did. You vile blasphemies. Machines thinking, breeding. You were to bear us a new, promised land. But when you arrived at that distant world, you knew that in time, we would bring ruin to it as well, as we had to Earth. And so it was. We came to war.
And this is how the old war came to be. So we basically tried the Orokin tried to send the Sentients over to terraform a new, pretty much solar system, yeah? And they did that because of, like, overpopulation and stuff like that. They needed more space to put people. But the Sentients knew that not only did they destroy their current system, they would destroy this new one as well. And so with that, they took the Orokin Empire to war, pretty much.
Ordis, we need to track that Umbra Warframe.
Done, Star Child.
So now we would head back to, we'd head to Ceres to search for Umbra. But we are going to save that for the second part of this two-part video quest. Now, that in mind, guys, I hope you found this video informative, enjoyable, and fun to watch. I found this series has been quite fun to make, but with that in mind, guys, I'll see you all in the next one tomorrow.